Hey guys! So continuing my week of feminist books that every woman should read so they don't have to take shit from anyone anymore. The Verso Book of Feminism. Verso Book of Feminism. This book is incredibly broad. What I love about this book is how intersectional it is. It's not just the white experience. It's not just the black experience. It's not just the American experience. There is ancient Chinese poetry that women wrote in this book, stuff from Caribbean resistance women. It is chock full of women from around the world. 19th century erotica experiences, shit women had to like smuggle out in their underwear. It is global. This is a global book and I loved it. This was such a good read. Feminism is not a new trend. It has not just been in the last 40 years or 50 years. And for a lot of women, it feels like a new trend because you're constantly struggling, but it is not new. And there have been women all over the world who have been part of the movement. And it's because men have consistently learned how to dominate women all over the world. It's a really unique book. I mean, there's stuff in here as far back as 20 BC. I mean, we're just chronicling stories of how they were trying to move beyond the oppression that they were born into. And my favorite part of this book is the way that the author presents it. So she presents a piece of the original work, which might be a little confusing to read, especially for people who aren't used to reading this kind of, poetry and prose. And it's not just poetry, there's actual stories and things in here. There's lots and lots of things in here. But then she presents her own reaction to that, and it sort of explains who wrote this. It gives a little bit of information about the context of it, and I feel like this would be such a good high school read if you are a English teacher, anybody who has anything where they could present this as a book that needs to be read. If you can, I don't know if you can, but this would be a great read for high school girls because it explains a lot of stuff too. They might not be able to grasp a lot of the concepts, but they're going to be explained a lot of the concepts. And I actually shouldn't say that because I think high school girls can grasp the concepts. A lot of them can. So if nothing else, it's a great book to recommend to them. This is one of those I wish this was required reading, because I think a lot of times women are told that to be a feminist means that you have to be some kind of radical, and that isn't what it is. Being a feminist just means that you are a girl's girl. You know what I mean? That you are not going to be okay with women being subjugated or being oppressed by some sort of standard that a man has set. And even if it's something that's good, that's fine. If it's your choice, you can choose to be this. You can choose to do this. You can choose to do and that's what it's about. It's about having the choice. You're not being told what to do. But there are so many stories in here that just show, there's 4 millennia of pieces in here, and it just shows the story. It just shows the story of women throughout the generations moving through and beyond oppression. How important it is to know these stories. If you think that feminism doesn't relate to you, this book is going to show you otherwise. It relates to all of us. That's the point. This isn't just the story of one woman's life, it's the story of all of our lives. We are all feminists. And it is not a dirty word, and you shouldn't be afraid to call yourself a feminist. And to do so, it just really spits in the eye of all the women who came before you, who made it possible for you to have that opinion. I love this book because it really it gives you this real feeling of like a shared experience with people that you've never met and you're never going to meet, but you know them. You know them. We've come a long way, but it gets me a little emotional. We've come such a long way, but we still have so far to go. And it's because there's always a wall beating back at us. So if you want to buy this book, please use the link in my description, because it will give me like a penny. Or if you have a library card, please go and fucking read it because it's important.